So this is always fun. Let's talk about all of the financial experts that pop up on social media whenever a movie comes out and it's got a huge budget. We're specifically talking about the upcoming James Gunn Superman movie. No offense to the person that left this comment, but it's extremely ignorant to assume that we, the public, are privy to all of the financial ins and outs of a film because we know what the production budget was that was made public. Let me explain why we still have no idea whether or not a movie is going to be successful financially based on that number and the assumed marketing cost. The idea that the marketing is 50% of the production budget of a movie is a rule of thumb. We almost never know exactly how much a studio has spent on advertising. So typically we only know the public production budget of a film, and even then, it's never 100%. Estimated is a word. Estimated budget. So let's take into account the estimated production budget. So we know what that is typically. So you can look at that and kind of get an idea of what a movie needs to essentially break even on production. When it comes to advertising, that's a different thing. Not only do we rarely know exactly how much advertising costs, there's a lot of things to take into account with advertising that these folks never take into account for. For example, if Burger King uses Spider-Man on one of their kids' meals, they pay Marvel to use that character. Marvel doesn't pay them to advertise Spider-Man. More typically than not, the companies just decide to exchange very little money between hands, and the advertising is just free advertising for the movie or TV show. That happens a lot, and it's never factored in when people say, oh, well, it's 50% of the production budget. Let's take Harley-Davidson, for example. Harley-Davidson sometimes will pay upwards of $10 million plus into the budget of the film to have their products put on set, or they will offer them the products for free, which then again reduces that production budget. There's also tax incentives and subsidies that we are not aware of. There's also situations where actors take reduced cost in their fees for some sort of deal on the box office. None of these things are typically made public. So for example, if a movie has a $200 million budget, they may end up saving $50 to $75 million in that production budget because of a bunch of reasons that we have no access to. So again, estimated budget. That is our best guess on what the budget is, meaning that even that number isn't 100%. So even at our best guess with the production budget, we can go, it needs to make X amount to break even. You cannot factor in advertising because we don't know that. Once again, advertising is a rule of thumb. It's not an exact science. What I'm saying is all of this armchair financial analyst expert stuff doesn't amount to anything because we don't have enough information to make these kinds of judgment calls. That's just the reality of it.